The toolkit is definitely an excellent resource for teachers.
They're not lesson plans. They're blueprints to help teachers think about teaching in a different way.
This really forces students to interact with the sources and answer questions that will allow them to develop deeper understanding of different topics and develop a viewpoint on it.
What we're doing with kids can come to life in our communities and across the world.
We'll really be helping kids be contributing citizens.
The toolkit also creates a structure for teachers.
The toolkit is going to offer numerous amounts of primary sources to use in instruction. For that, that's a vast advantage to the teacher.
Teachers are absolutely invited to have input.
And this experience has made me feel that there's a lot we're doing right, and we just need to keep building on that.
What we're trying to do in this project is sort of capture natural curiosities that we have about life, about what it means to be human, what it means to live in society, and capture that between the four walls of the classrooms.
You start with a question that will get under kids' skin both intellectually and in terms of the relevance to their lives. And it relies then on the expertise and knowledge of teachers to both manage that learning process and the resources and tasks that go along with it.
I think the ultimate takeaway would be to have students really be engaged in social studies and seeing it as something that's exciting to learn about, and also have an understanding that they can take their own personal action and that they can be participants in their own community, in their own school, in their own society.
I think we'll make it possible for many more teachers to offer the kind of lessons and instruction that will help their students be effective participants. Not just people who take orders or do what they're told, but people who can actually go out into the world and affect their communities in positive ways.
The New York Social Studies Toolkit Project is an effort by the New York Department of Education to create instructional resources for social studies teachers here in New York.
The idea is really to have them think about the nature of making and supporting arguments, because that's how we move society along, is by putting our ideas forward, providing evidence to support those ideas, and then hopefully letting the best ideas surface.
In the toolkit are going to be three different components. So the first part will spell out the conceptual foundations of the project. We're calling the Inquiry Design Model, or IDM. Part two is where we'll have 84 inquiries. And those inquiries will span kindergarten through 12th grade. And then the third part will be professional development materials to help teachers implement inquiry with fidelity in their classroom.
Those would be the resources that teachers need to learn about how to use the curriculum materials that we're building. And all of these are designed to support the New York frameworks, the new New York frameworks for social studies, along with the C3 framework. So the idea is that we use the inquiry arc and the notion of inquiry that's emphasized in the C3 framework to help teachers in New York put into practice their curriculum, which is the New York framework. These materials will be available for teachers. They're open source. They're available for any teacher to use and to adapt to fit in their classroom and to work within the context that each teacher faces that's, of course, unique. The New York Toolkit Project is by teachers, for teachers.
I think its success, frankly, hinges on the great teachers across the state. And that's, frankly, the source of my confidence when I look ahead, that it is in the hands of the teachers that are learning and that are trying and that are making mistakes and then refining it.
One of our teacher reviewers was working through the inquiry on rules when one of her little second graders said to her, you know, this has been the best recess we've ever had.
I think learning with this different style is more interactive, and I can understand it better because we have so many documents, so many explanations, so I get a deeper understanding of what it is that I'm supposed to be understanding and learning.
This kind of learning was it was way different from anything you do regularly. I think classes with like this would help me learn better.